You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this short video on opening up an NRA, a non-resident alien account with tradeMonster. I will have emailed you a file which has got these PDFs on it. So the first one I want you to click on is the CAG margin account. There'll be a lot of repetition in this, and there will be also a lot of text for you to read, but I won't be going through that on this particular video. So I'll just put down a name here, Dan Morrissey, and I'll put in an address. I'm just going to zoom that out there just a small bit so you can see all the page. I'm not going to go through each time, put in an address every time, so I want you to do it, but there's no abbreviations. You spell out the county and you spell out road and things like that. If I don't go through a particular part of it, it's because it's not necessary for the account application. So the full name and address goes in there. You tick the individual boxes. This is for an NRA, a non-resident alien. The next part you're going to sign is actually down here. You'll be signing here your name, just there where it says signature. Where it says print, you will actually print your name. There you go, and you will also put in the date. Again, with the American, it's always the month first. So it's the month first, then the day, and then the year, the full year, 2011. We can see that there's actually several pages on this. There's actually 2 other pages, but they're all text for you to read, and not necessary for this particular video. So that's the CAG account form. So we'll go back and then we go to the W8 Ben. You'll probably be familiar with the W8 Ben. Part 1.1, you will actually write your name here. Dan Morrissey, and country of incorporation is Ireland. We will tick the individual box and we will type in your address here, full address, and you'll put it over 2 lines, and then you will write Ireland in the country there. Scroll down to part 2, 9A. You've got to tick the box there, 9A, and in this particular case the beneficial owner is a resident of Ireland. Down the bottom of the page then you will actually write in the capacity in which you're acting is individual. I can't actually type in the date or obviously the signature, so you will actually go up and you will actually print that off, and you click on the print at the top left hand side. It says print, and you'll do that for each of these sheets. So when you've printed it, you will actually sign here and you will actually date, as you can see there, month, day, year, year. Okay, so if we click on the top file again after you've printed that, then we'll go to the next one, which is the margin agreement. We can see there's actually got 2 pages here, and it's the second page that we are more concerned about, where it says signature. You will sign here, you will print the form out first, you will print your name there, and you will actually put the date in, again month first, so it'll be, if we're in February, so it's 02/18/2011. You again will print that form out and click on the margin agreement form to bring us back to the menu there. And the next one is the NAF fillable, and that basically is the new account approval form. And we will tick on the MGN box for margin. This will be for a typical account. You would always go through the process again, and if they weren't right for you, or there was something else that was missing, you would put the information in. This is for a typical or a standard account, if you like, for an individual. Is this account for a foreign bank? And the answer is no. You will put in your name here as it's requested. Here. There's no secondary on this one. You will put your address over 2 lines here. You will put your telephone number, so it'll be 00353, and you'll put in the rest of your number there. Mailing address, we're saying is the same as your residential. Under the driver's license, we will actually put a line through that, and we'll actually write passport above it, and we'll write our passport number in here, in this box here. The occupation you will put in, if you happen to own a business, you will actually be a director. You don't say self-employed or whatever, you would just put in as director. And you would write the employer's name or the the business which you trade under, and your address, the business of the address business even. You also put in the employer's telephone number. You will put in your date of birth, which could be, say, the 11th of July 1960, say. You could put it in that way, or you could put it in at 07/11/1960. You'll put in your email address here, which could be just joeblogs@gmail.com. The associated person of a broker, and this occasion would be no. And then you go scroll down to the citizen information, and under the primary, are you a US citizen? The answer is no. Resident alien? No. The country of birth, in this case, is Ireland. Non-resident alien? Yes, and I'm residing in Ireland. You would make these changes again all the way through it to suit your application. Investment objectives: if more than one, please rank 1 to 8. In this particular occasion, I'm just going to pick on 1 because it covers a multitude. Long-term growth with some risk involved. You would marital status, tick on M, and there's nothing else on that page, but that first page to look at other than the signature. So when you print this page off, you will have to sign your name here on the primary. This is page 2 of the new account approval form. We will tick on the MGN. How long have you known the broker? We're going to put down 1 year. Who were you introduced by? You were introduced by ISC Invest. If you don't put that there, you will be charged a higher brokerage charge, so it's in your interest to put that there. Is your account holder a person or control person of a director of a company? On this particular occasion, we're going to say no. And the last thing is your client an employee of an insurance company, bank, fund, securities, or an investment advisor? We're going to say no. We're going to come to income, and because it's in dollars as well, so you've got to take that into consideration. So we're going to say 65 to 124, and we're going to say our net worth is about 250 to 500, and our liquid net worth will be the same. Under payment instructions, under securities, we're going to tick hold ST name. Under money, we're going to tick hold, and under dividend, we're going to tick hold. Principals and maturity, we're going to click credit to account. Process checks, leave blank. Money market sweeps, tick no. Under our options experience, we said we would have 5 years. Stock, we'd have 7. We might do 10 contracts. We might do 1,000 stock. We might do 20 maybe options in a year. Trades, we might do 30 stock trades in a year. The type of registration will be individual. If you want to put any other if there's no other information to be put in here, just leave it blank. So you may be an AIB customer, you may be based in, say, I don't know, Hoth, and it might be just a current account. And that is it. Brokerage, you leave blank. Under authorized persons, is it a discretionary account? People would normally circle no, you don't want anybody else looking at your account. And then what you would do is, at the top of the page, you would go up and click print. And you would also, when you've printed it, you would actually sign your name here where it says primary account holder, and you would date it. Again, it's in February, so it'll be 02/18/2011. So you'd have printed that page out by clicking on the print icon on the top left hand side. And then we'll click the NAF fillable at the top left on the page, and we'll go to the option agreement PDF. I'm just going to go to the Zoom again. You will put your you're going to have to print this form out, so at the top left hand side you will see the printer. You'll click on print and print this form. When you do, you put in your full name here. You don't have an account number, so don't put one in. You put in your full address, no abbreviations under here. Your birth date, so remember, put the month first, then the day and the year. Your work telephone number goes there. Your employer and stroke position. If you're a director of a company, you put director, you don't put self-employed, and the employer would be the company which you trade under. The home telephone number you put there. The number of dependents you would put on this line here. You will circle which one of the marital status which is applicable to you. You put in your spouse's name on the next line. Spouse's date of birth. again with the month first, your spouse's employer and her position. If she doesn't work, say she's a housewife. Previous options experience. Options experience, remember I'm saying not stock. So buying, including spreads, straddles, covered calls, spreads again, uncovered writing. For most people who would have been with ISE in the past or done courses with us, you would have done probably the likes of spreads and covered call writing. So put in the appropriate years there. You may have done 3 or 5 years or more. So put those there. Leave, obviously, if you haven't done indexes, leave them blank. Previous options experience, we covered that on the previous form, so just fill in the details exactly the same as you did on the previous form. Your investment objectives and anticipated types of option transactions. Normally, most people would take the purchasing options, puts for safety or leverage, or calls for leverage. It covers a multitude. Under the approximate income and net worth, you covered that on the previous page. Please put in the same details as previously. Your signature, you print your name, and you'll date it again. There's 3 other pages there for you to read afterwards. So you'd have printed that out and you've written everything there. That is basically the account application form. You will need to also to use a passport. So normally what we do is we actually click on we just click on the first one there, the individual account. And what it shows you here is that the info@trademonster.com. So if you can send all your details to info@trademonster.com, scan them all in and email them to that to that address there. Also, a recent request by Penson has been that you send the original W8Ben form in the post. You can scan everything else in and send it into tradeMonster, but with regards to the W8Ben form, you can scan that in as well, but also they want an original in the post. There is the address for tradeMonster, there in front of you there. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this video, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.